Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Detroit Tigers franchise mode here in MLB The Show 21. So in last episode, we simmed the remainder of the season, and we also called up like Fernando Valdez and stuff like that for the last half of the season after we traded away Renato Nunez. And I am very excited to see how he develops because he was actually really good. Like, he almost won Rookie of the Year just playing down the stretch, hitting a 257 average, also having 14 home runs and 41 RBIs, and only 269 at-bats. And he also only played 71 games, so if he played like the entire season, he probably could have had like maybe 20 something home runs. He could have probably had like maybe over 70 RBIs at this point. I don't even know, but he was really good. So I'm very excited to see what he could do next year and for future years to come. Also, we did look at like Chauncey's stats, and Chauncey was really good in his first season for the most part. He was a little bit good because of the defensive play of our team, but at the same time, he had a really good whip. He had a pretty solid ERA as well, and he had an above average record of 11-10, so pretty solid. He is a little angry right now. I don't know if it's just because of the team's status. I don't know if there's a way to actually check why he's mad, but once he starts getting more time, he will be happy, I think, for sure, and this team starts winning games. So, but yeah, anyways, that's that. We do have a few comments to go over before we actually get into this off season. So the first one is from Dylan Burrows. He says, excited to see where Chauncey will take us. And he also has another comment that says, if you ever want to check out the players, hit cancel under the trade screen, and you can see the players and all their stats and attributes. So I think he means if we the players hit. What do you mean by that? Wait, let's just click on a random player. Cancel. Oh, under the trade screen. Oh yeah, that's right. So if we ever want to make a trade and we don't want to actually do the deal, but we want to take a look at the players that we're trading for, we could do that by hitting cancel trade, and it actually doesn't get rid of it. So thanks for that, Dylan. And then the final comment is from Alvin Smith III. He says, sorry if I wasn't clear before, but you need to sim to after the All-Star game, then check to see who made. I check after the All-Star game is played to see who made it. The screen function goes away after the trade deadline, so you can check who made it on your roster by who has a star next to their name and on their roster screen. Same for the minor league rosters. So I'm assuming that this star means who made the All-Star game is what you were referring to. If so, then Jackson Reeds made the All-Star game, and he was our lone representative, I think. And that means these people that had these double stars means they made the All-Star game in like AAA and stuff like that, if I'm reading that correctly. Which is pretty awesome if that is the case, because then Gerald Martin made it. He's a good pitcher prospect, and who was the other one? Conrad Colvin. So very excited for our future in that sense. I literally thought that these stars for the AAA team and stuff like that meant like a rising star and not like an all-star player, and then I thought this meant like a star player and not an all-star game player. So kind of weird, but now I actually understand, so thank you for that, Alvin, as well. Now, actually, before we get into this off-season stuff, I just want to let you guys know I might sound a little bit groggy and tired. It's because I have a little bit of a cold after getting my shot yesterday, so hopefully this video doesn't sound too too horrible. And yeah, anyways, let's get to this free agent exclusive signings. I think we will definitely qualify Daniel Norris. Will probably qualify Spencer Turnbull. I think, yeah, we'll probably qualify him. And then I think we'll just qualify Fulmer as well, and probably Jimenez as well, because I think, yeah, Jimenez was actually pretty solid this year, so we'll qualify him as well. And then we need to sign a new manager and a new first baseman coach, so we do need some new coaches, which is always a good thing. Hopefully we can find ones with some good boosts and ones that are actually willing to sign here. So manager-wise, we could always bring in Dave Roberts, but I don't know if he's going to actually want to sign with a team like us, to be honest, but we could try Dave Roberts, and if he doesn't sign, we could always pick up somebody else. He wants a lot of money, which is a little bit We could always find a budget coach, but you know, we'll just try Dave Roberts because we know he's a good manager. He's probably not going to accept. He's probably going to accept somebody else's contract, but whatever. And then first baseman coach-wise, we want somebody with all pluses, so we will take Anthony Iapose, I think his name is. Yeah, we'll try and get him in, because he looks like a good first baseman coach. And if we have a good first baseman coach, that means Valdez probably will play pretty good, because this guy will help him a lot. So those are our signings for coaches. Let's advance a few days, see if we get, actually we don't want to go right to there. Let's just go a few days. Actually, we should just go sim to free agency 1, see if we can get those coaches in. So Dave Roberts is not accepting, so we got to stop the simulation. But we do get that first baseman coach, so that is a pretty nice find. And now we need to just hire a manager, which we probably will look at somebody that's not going to get signed, like maybe Luis Rojas. He looks actually pretty good. He can help out our catching as well, so we'll try that. Give him a little bit more as well, and that might help. And these guys are all qualified, so that's good. Let's still sim to free agency 1, and Rojas is not accepted either, which means we got to get into that. So let's get into that and get another one. Maybe we could go with Bronson Lucas. Let's just give him like 13. Maybe actually a little bit more than that, just so he actually accepts. Yeah, that's probably fine. And those guys are all qualified. We are good to go for the most part. Okay, so now we actually have to select our 40-man roster, which there is a lot of young guys that need to get added to our 40-man roster. Well, yeah, there is. So the first one that we need to add to our 40-man roster for sure is Luis Garcia. He definitely needs to be added to our 40-man. We're also going to add, though, to our 40-man for sure, even though I don't know if I'll lose them. David Jordan needs to be added, because he will be in the MLB partially, probably near the end of the season for the upcoming year. And in left fielding wise, we are also going to add in Gary Hara to our 40-man roster, because he might get called up at some point too. Who else do we got here? Ames, I'm fine with losing. Same with Perez, Laurencio. We definitely could add Riley Green. Yeah, we'll add Riley Green for sure. Israel De La Cruz is probably not going to pan out, so I think I'll add Riley Green out of all those guys that are available. Or, well, not available, but we do have a lot of center fielders, so we could always get rid of some of these guys, but Riley Green is the best player for the future, potentially, so we'll add him to our 40-man roster if he develops, hopefully. Laurencio, he's 25 and at 68. He's first baseman. We don't really need him, to be honest. Let me take a look at anybody else that could potentially be claimed. So we got to look at, let's see. So I don't think Martin, Martin's not eligible. Ladwig is eligible. I don't know why everybody's so angry on this team, though. I don't know if I should add Ladwig to our 40-man or what, because I don't think he's going to develop much more than this. Yeah, I think I'll add him to our 40-man for now. What else we got here? Diego Corona is not available, which is good. Gerson Moreno is. And 28 relief pitcher. I don't really know if we need to put some of these guys on her. Then Eric Haas, I'm fine if he gets claimed because we don't really need him either. Charlie Selby. Let's see. He's not eligible. That's good. Eduardo Cortez is not eligible. Ariel Gonzalez is. I'll leave him there because I don't really need him. Chad Hirsch, no. We just got to make sure we're not losing anybody. Alex Lange is, but he's 28, so I don't think it's really that mandatory that we put him on ours, because some of these players won't get claimed for sure. Daz Cameron as well, and yeah, we don't really need to put Daz Cameron on ours. Yeah, I think the rest of these players don't really matter that much. Just gotta check to make sure we don't lose any good potential prospects. Yeah, I think that's fine the way it is. Yeah, I think that's fine the way it is. I don't think we're gonna lose anybody that's important if we do lose somebody. Yeah, I think that is good to go. So let's go to our offer salary arbitration. We will offer arbitration to Colin Poche. And then I think Aoki was good. Aoki kind of struggled, but he was more of a reliever for us. I think I'll still try and get him back on arbitration rates. And then Alexander was not too bad. We could just offer all these guys arbitration and trade them away if need be, I think. Gregory Soto was pretty solid. And then Gerson Grenier is our second catcher, so yeah, we'll offer him also arbitration. There we go. And tendered contracts. So we need to get Gerald Martin back on a contract. Give him 1 year. Actually, I need to give him a little bit more than that. Yeah, I'll give him that. Ladwig will also give a little bit more. Gary Hara. Obviously, because a lot of these guys are prospects that we actually drafted back in year 1, so we actually are getting some really good development. Like, we have 4 players, I think, in the top 50 prospects, which is really good. Whoa, Fido wants a long-term deal. Well, actually, maybe he doesn't. 1 to 3 years. Let's see what we could get for the lowest at 3 years. Maybe that's why he is going to lose morale. Probably it's because of the contract I'm trying to give him. I don't know. But, I mean, why accept the contract then? A little bit more. Gerson Moreno. Yeah, that's the thing with MLB games that I don't really like, is how much contracts you have to like dish out in the off season, because it takes a lot more time than like NHL games. But I get it though at the same time, because there's a lot of leagues you have to take over. It's kind of good that we don't have, I guess, single A in this, because if we had the rights for single A, it would be a lot of work. At least most of these guys are really cheap contracts to get back on 1-year deals, and then eventually they'll start asking for a lot more money, and we could give some long-term deals out. Whoa, Daz Cameron is a little bit too much for me. He's probably going to reject a 1-year deal, I would assume. Let's do 710K. Joe Green, who we literally traded for last episode. Arnold Benjamin. Just give these guys a little bit more. Castillo. Some of these guys are going to be letting go of, though. Jonathan Johnson's definitely coming back. Anybody that I draft, I don't think I'm going to let go of, because obviously they're kind of sentimental to my team. Derek Hill. Might as well get you back. Ooh, you want a lot of money, though. Let's just do a 1-year deal. That's 760K. Let's go to the bottom of this list just to see who we should be letting go of. So, yeah, Ozuna's 22. Maybe we still sign Ozuna. Yeah, some of these guys are just going to get, like, pretty bad contracts. McLaren, I don't think I'm going to bring back because he's 26 in deep potential. Montevallo, even though you got deep potential, still bringing you back. Kiki McKenna's definitely coming back down here. Scott James is coming back. Like I said, anybody that I draft, I will bring back for sure. Vladimir Pinto, I don't think he's worth bringing back, to be honest. Carlton will bring you back, I guess. Clemens, I think we're going to let you walk as well. George Veras, we're going to assign you. Damian Rodriguez, who's another prospect I drafted. Robbie Harvey, who I traded for. Gerald Wilkerson, you're 28. Might as well sign Perez. Oh, geez. Oh, wait. Withdraw offer. I need to re-sign that. I'm kind of glad you could withdraw offers, because if you didn't, that would kind of suck. I'll just give you a 1-year deal. Bo Burrows is 27. Might as well just sign some of these guys for AA and triple. Drew Ward. Zamora is only 20, so we'll sign you up. Rob Morrow. Israel De La Cruz. Blackwood. Jeez, there's so much contracts to dish out. Oh, I don't want to do that. 1-year deal. Let's just go to 650K. Logan Shore, might as well get you. Pedro Juarez, who's dropping for some reason. We drafted that guy. Laurencio. Ames. Bronson Bonner. And we'll let go of Cabrera. Actually, Cabrera might be a good closer to keep. And we'll Studley. There we go. Finally, we offered all those contracts, and we would still have... Like, we won't have a lot of money left in contract space, it looks like, but some of these guys we could always trade away if need be. So there we go. That is that. Let's advance a few days, because we're not going to sign any free agents probably again, just because I don't really know what we need at this stage. And I would rather get our guys back first. Skip through these. So 40-man rosters must be set. Yes, let's stop the simulation. Let's go to tendered contracts. Okay, so we still got a couple guys to deal with, so actually we got mostly everybody back already, which is good news. So, Fido, you should probably still accept. A lot of these guys probably should still accept. We could wait a few more days to see if they accept. Yeah, I think I'll wait a few more days just to see if those guys accept. And, yeah, that's good. Yeah, let's send him to free agency too. Bronson Lucas has accepted the raise offer, so we did not get that guy. God damn it. We need still a manager for our team, which means we need to go to this and try and find a manager that's willing to accept. Where's somebody with no minus? This one might be okay. Yeah, we'll just get this guy. He doesn't actually like that offer, so we'll try and get him a little bit more. He should probably accept since, yeah, it's later in the free agency area. Yep, he's accepted. That is good. Michael Fulmer is accepted. Daniel Norris is accepted. Same with Turnbull, Jimenez. So we got all those guys back. We do have now 41 players on our 40-man roster, though, so we got to go okay, and we need to adjust that. So we need to take somebody off our 40-man roster, which in that case, I think it's got to be Rob Morrow. Yeah, I think it's got to be Rob Morrow. Or remove that and Garrett Hill. Actually, let me go to the starting pitchers. How much starting pitchers do we have on our 40-man? Yeah, I think I'm going to move Hill down. I think he goes down through waivers. Yeah, he goes through waivers, but that is okay. Because we do have a lot of good starting pitchers, so we don't really need him if he gets claimed. So we still got arbitration offered for those guys. Still holding out is Daz Cameron. That's the most notable one. The rest of these guys don't matter too much. Yeah, we'll leave those guys still sit there for a little bit longer. They should probably still accept, I would assume. Let's sim again. Yeah, let's stop simulating. See if we get any of those guys. Still, some of those guys are holding out. Damn, we're right up against the cap, it seems like. If I'm not mistaken. Let's continue to simulate. Tender contracts. These guys are still holding out. I mean, I'm okay with the losing any of these guys, to be honest, but Daz Cameron, I don't know why he's not accepting. I don't think he's really going to develop anyway, so I'll just leave that, to be honest. Arbitration's fine. Yeah, I think that is good. So let's sim to the next free agency stage. And Garrett Hill did get claimed off waivers, which is okay. Like I said, we do have a lot of good starting pitcher prospects, so he was kind of losing his time anyways with his team. So he gets claimed by St. Louis, okay. And we should be... Let's just go stop. Jeez, so much signings. And we should be almost good in terms of our contract situation. Yeah, it's just two more guys holding out, so those guys should accept soon, and they're not that big if we lose them anyways, because one's 31 and the other one's 27, so yeah, that's fine. Let's continue to simulate. And those guys are all offered arbitration. Free agencies. Let's sim to our winter meetings. We got Rule 5 draft coming up soon too. Skip through these. I know this is a little bit of a boring episode, but I don't really know what to talk about. Okay, so we are almost at the Rule 5 draft. I don't know if we want to really claim anybody in the Rule 5 draft. I don't even know if we haven't had any picks in this Rule 5 draft because we already got 40 man on our roster, so we might not be able to. And wow, that is interesting. So Phil Red, who was a closing pitcher that went, I think, one of the earlier years in this franchise mode, he gets traded with Luis Gil, and then Joe Musgrove goes the opposite way. So Phil Red's off to the White Sox. Interesting. Kind of interesting when you see prospects that literally just got drafted getting traded. Okay, let's go to this draft. I don't think we got a pick because we already got 40 man on our rosters. So yeah, we don't have a pick, I don't think. Which is okay with me because I don't think we really need to always claim somebody in the Rule 5 draft. So I wonder if any of our players are going to get claimed though, that we left unprotected. Let's see, did we lose anybody? Doesn't look like it right now. Yeah, nobody that I recognize. I don't think we lost anybody. Yeah, we did not lose a single player, so that is fine, and that is good. Let's sim to the arbitration hearings, get those done with. As a lot of pitchers are going to different places, second basemen as well. And okay, we are at this stage. Let's sim to renewable contracts. So Tyler Alexander will be signing for 1 year at 2.9. Michael Aoki for 1 year at 130,000, which is a good deal. Colin Poche 1 year at 2.896. Gregory Soto 1 year at $1 million, and then Grayson Grenier 1 year at $921,000. Not too bad. We have $4 million in cap space, so we're gonna have to probably let go of some players via trade eventually. But let's spin to spring training. Yeah, let's stop simulating for a second, just to make sure we're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so we're at spring training. Let's take a look at what we got so far for our roster. We'll still stand up to the first game of the actual regular season in this, just because we need to scout out the draft class a little bit ahead of time. So, what do we got for our main roster? Wait, did our jerseys change? Because weren't they white jerseys before, but why are they all the navy jerseys now? It's weird. Interesting. So, from our team, it looks like our starting pitchers, we have a lot of starting pitchers for spring training. Actually, we don't really need to focus on that right now. But contract-wise, we got these guys to give contracts to. So, obviously, Casey Mize is going to get a decent contract. I'm not going to do this stuff right now. We'll probably leave it to, like, whenever the next stage is. I can't remember when that is, but probably all of these guys come back to an extent. Some of them might get let go of just for youngsters that are coming up into our lineup, but there is that. Let me actually take a look at the top prospects going into the season, see if we got any guys. So yeah, Phil Red was a top prospect, and he gets traded to the White Sox, which is kind of interesting. The only thing with him is he's already 25, so that's probably why he's getting dealt a bit. Okay, so we got Diego Corona at number 15, which is nice. David Jordan at number 20, which is also nice. Gary Hare at 23. What else? Luis Garcia at number 40, and that is that. Interesting. So right now, though, it has us at 15th best in contact hitting, 30th in power. So we need to get a little bit more power hitters. Obviously, Valdez is a very good power hitter, but we need more players to do that. Pitching is 16th, not too bad. Defense is 25th, and speed is 21st. Let me take a look at what they have our pitching rotation set up like. So yeah, Chauncey would be our 4th man, Casey our 2nd. That's fine with me, I think. I don't know why Joe Jimenez, though, is there. Because I would rather put in, I think, Spencer Turnbull. Yeah, I think I would rather put Turnbull in over Jimenez, to be honest. And then, yeah, I'll leave the rest of this the same for now, until we get to the regular season. Obviously, David Jordan's going to go back down to triple. And then, for our lineups, what do they have so far? Interesting. Okay, let's sim to the regular season. Actually, let's sim like to the end of the spring training. So to the end of this game against Toronto, because I kind of wanted to see how our AAA players play and stuff like that while they're up here for spring training. Okay, so spring training wise, we went. What was our record? I didn't even see, but it doesn't really matter about the record. Let's just take a look at who was doing good in spring training wise. So our pitchers were not doing too well. Chauncey was killing it though, with that .88 whip. That's really good. And 18 strikeouts in 32 innings. Good to see that. David Jordan was really bad. Yeah, he's not going to get called up till later in the season for sure. What else do we got here? Corona didn't play. Where else we got? Valdez. Ooh, Valdez really struggled in that for some reason. I don't know why. Who was the other one that I wanted to take a look at? Oh, Gary Hara. He was really good, hitting a .333, 2 RBIs at 6 at-bats. Not too bad. Let's into the regular season, and then we also got to adjust our roster and scout out the draft, and then I think that'll be pretty much it. So, what do we got here? Okay, that doesn't really matter that much. Injured list. Colvin's injured, but he's back already, so that's good. So, let's see. So, yeah, I'm fine with having Skubal, McElroy, Turnbull, Mize, and Manning, but it did send down Joey Wentz. But Joey Wentz had a really bad year last year, I think. So maybe Joey Wentz is somebody we could still trade away. Since he's only 26, he might have some trade value. What else we got? Fido got sent down on waivers. That's okay as well. Yeah, that should be fine. I might have to readjust this after the video. Joe Green's back in triple. Good. Just gotta make sure the right guys are in the right spots, because we don't want to accidentally play a young prospect already. Okay, so that is good for there. First baseman wise is good as well. Conrad Colvin, though, is our #1 first baseman, so I feel like Valdez is probably playing either third base or right field, which is okay. Vidal Hans in the MLB, which is fine. Hoijum Park is now back down to AAA, which is okay. That's good. Bob Montez down in AAA instead of Cole Peterson. I don't know if we could probably change that up a bit. But then again, Luis Garcia, he should be technically the #1 player in AAA. Maybe we trade away Bob Montez at some point. Gary Harris back in triple, that's good. Yeah, I think everything is set up the way I would have it. Brock Deathridge in AAA over Drew Waters. I don't know about that. We could adjust that as well. I might just adjust that. And then right fielding wise, we got Nomar Mazara, George Veras in triple. That's okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so our roster looks pretty fine. Let's take a quick look at the draft class, and then that'll be it for this episode, just so we can kind of see what we could potentially go after in next episode. So we got a lot of blue chip prospects this year, so this year's draft might be a lot better than last year's, potentially. So what do we really need the most? So I just want to curiously check that. So left field, which Gary Harris is our top prospect, so that's not the end of the world. Center fielding, second base, and starting pitcher. Okay. So center field, second base, starting pitcher. So there is a center fielding prospect in Rick Telshaw, who might be a decent fielding player, but right now his hitting and stuff isn't that great, but he still actually will be probably a pretty good center fielder. Let's actually just take a look by each area. So starting pitcher wise, there's all these guys. I don't think we really need much starting pitcher prospects, but we could always use more, I guess. There's the relief pitcher prospects. There is the closing pitchers. Not that we really, well, we could probably use another few closers eventually, but these guys are a little bit older. And they also have later ETAs. This guy's probably the best out of them, Jacob Vargas. Yeah, this guy looks really good, actually. His hits per 9 and his Ks per 9 are already pretty good. Yeah, this guy's probably pretty good. Catcher wise, we don't really need catchers because we do got like 2 prospects in Bonner and whoever the other dude was, I can't remember his name. First baseman prospects don't really need one either, but we could always pick up another one if need be. I think somebody pointed out this Derek Ishikawa guy like a couple episodes ago, and I guess he didn't get drafted, but yeah, he's in this year's draft. But he's probably not going to be that good. Second baseman wise, there's that. Third baseman wise, only one third baseman in a draft, so hopefully that guy's decent. I don't know. One shortstop, and he could be potentially pretty good, but he is probably going to be more of a project player. And in left fielding, there's Marco Benitez. And center fielding, yeah, I think Rick Telshaw is probably going to go #1, to be honest. And then there's the right fielders. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Detroit Tigers franchise mode. So in next episode, we will start up the season simulation and have the draft. And hopefully our team can continue to add new pieces to help make this team good. Because I think right now, our team is looking pretty solid for the most part. Like, if we even go to the depth chart, let me quickly check that. Yeah, our future looks pretty bright, I would say. So let me know what you guys think down below. And I will see you guys next time.